What's with the bottle?
Shoot the other day about Ingolosi yao. Boom, purely one, but that's something I've never seen before. Okay, right, starts walking. It's following the signs. Yo. Maga figure out since man, they've been waiting for him. Calling Gilos, not the Shangilos Kulumisizul, as I seen. It was never about the wings, Mfanwa. It's the fire in you.
This is the Hustler's Corner.
Hello everyone, Big O Miss Buddha here out in Cape Town, South Africa. Thank you very much and welcome to the Hustler's Corner. We appreciate you guys joining us. It's a great feeling to be here in the middle of an interesting time going on in South Africa. And before we continue with the show, I just want everybody to go straight to that sharp sign. On the count of 1, 2, 3, press that like button, click. Thank you guys, I appreciate it. Without wasting any time, let me go straight to the point. I'm sitting with one of Africa's own. He's a techpreneur. He's very passionate about the internet, passionate about digital currencies, and he's got a mission, guys. Now this guy's got a mission to build the version of Africa that we will all like to see, especially us as innovators and pioneers and entrepreneurs and just these young, driven Africans, right, of this now generation. Most people where he comes from in Malawi would know him from cryptocurrency and being a blockchain influencer as well. His star has risen beyond Malawi. I think he's been doing so well online that he's making waves all over the continent. He's becoming very well recognizable to a lot of people who are seeking for financial freedom, people who want financial or digital, financial knowledge, or let me say financial education. He founded Buy Bitcoin Malawi, the first cryptocurrency exchange in Malawi. He also founded Emoji Motion, Alfajiri Ventures, United Africa Blockchain Association, and Crypto University. He has a technical background in 3D animation, web development, design, and filmmaking. Additionally, he also hosts Survival Skills Podcast, which is the #1 podcast on iTunes when it comes to financial education, blockchain, and cryptocurrencies, also on Spotify. He says, I learn a lot by interviewing the smartest people in the world when it comes to financial issues. I also host Hardcore Crypto, which is the #1 African cryptocurrency YouTube channel. I trade cryptocurrencies actively to practice my philosophy. I create content to educate myself and others. I make rap music to vent. My personality type is, what is this? INTP or whatever that means. Astrological sign is Leo, but he's not into astrology. But I'm just sitting here with another African hustler. We're out here in Cape Town by the beach. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome Great Jabesi to the Hustler's Corner. How you doing, brother?
Oh, good, brother. Thank you. I'm glad to be here. And it's a pleasure to get introduced by you, the hustler himself, the big homie.
What a long intro.
What a long intro, yeah. It was making me feel a little uncomfortable. Like, is he talking about me?
Yeah, but long intros are good because it gives you a reflection of the work that you've been doing,
Right on, yeah.
I'm very blessed and I'm happy to meet you.
Likewise, I mean, for me, I'm glad to be here. I watch the Hustler's Corner. I've been following you for a long time, so it's like a dream come true. It's that kind of moment.
Yeah, it's my honor.
I'm very humbled. I won't lie. Yeah.
I'm the one that's humbled. You know why? I've been, I think, let me say, maybe the past 2 to 3 years or so since I've turned 40. I'm 42 now.
Right.
Since I've turned 40, I've been, what's next? What's next? What's next? As I'm building personally my family, business-wise. I've done a lot of things in music, in the media, in beverages now, and all the stuff that I've done. But I've always been like, what's next? What's next? What's next? And now I know what's next for me.
Right.
And the rest of my life is digital finance,
Digital finance. Yes.
e-commerce,
Right.
digital businesses.
Right.
And I'm sitting right here with somebody whom I think is not only going to teach me or encourage me to learn more about digital currencies, but I'm sure a lot of my viewers on the Hustlers Corner.
Right.
But maybe before we get into you as a digital entrepreneur and Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, some of the stuff that you've done, I'd like to take you many years back.
Right.
And I won't be doing much of the talking. I would just like for you to take your time and relax
Right.
and share with us your story from your upbringing. Who is Great Jabesi?
Right. Yeah. So thanks for the opportunity to begin with. But you know, I'm just an African child. The part of Africa that I was born is in Malawi. Some corner in Malawi in a city called Lilongwe, and you know, I just grew up like any other average African child in the townships. You know, trying to figure it out. Didn't had much at the beginning, but the dream was always there that, you know, there is potential to change, to turn my life around if I can learn and be a good person to the world, you know, just contribute in some kind of way, create value. So from there, you know, I was going to school, and then after I finished high school, when it was now time to switch gears and say, you know, go to college and things like that, I didn't do that well to get a scholarship or anything like that. I wasn't really academically smart that much, you know. I was just an average student, so I didn't really get the luck to go to a scholarship, and my parents couldn't afford the college to pay for the university and all that. So the option, just like many other students, you're in the hood, in the township, is either you're gonna perish, follow the straw on the streets, which I did for a while, a little bit. At least I didn't go down that route too much. I think I knew better, I thought. And then eventually I ended up moving over here because my parents were in South Africa. So I moved over. The goal was that, okay, I have to go to school. That was the idea. But then when I came here, I realized that, well, there was no money to go to school, to university. You know, my parents weren't doing well. So I had to fend for myself. So I just, you know, started doing this piece work, like, you know, to anybody who is an immigrant here, they know the trail. You go to white people's houses and work out there for a small check. I used to earn 100 rand a day. And then I would travel from Delft, which is a township here in Cape Town.
So you arrived in Cape Town?
I arrived in Cape Town, you know. So I would travel from Delft to Sea Point to work in someone's garden, get $100 rand a day, and then I would, with my transport cost, I would end up with 66 rand per day. You can imagine, right? Waking up at 7 in the morning, not pleasant at all. And I knew that I always had a fascination with computers. That's what I really wanted to get into. If I think of myself at the time, I was thinking that, well, if I could just get my hands on a computer, to me that's going to be everything, because I was fascinated by the creativity you could do with it. Yeah. You could make music, and from the hood, you know, you're always connected to the music, right? You could edit films, you could do graphics, you could do a lot of things. So I wanted a computer, but obviously when I was growing up, my parents couldn't afford it. So my goal was that I would save enough money to buy myself a computer. When I get the computer, I will learn some skill, then I will leverage that skill to get me a job, and then maybe my life will be a little bit better. So, you know, I got the job, then I saved a couple of hundred rand, I think it was 700. Went on Gumtree, bought me a computer, and then started to teach myself how to design graphics, which I was before, but I just never had like a full-time on computer where I can do it in the comfort of my own home. So I was still doing the piecework while learning how to edit videos, how to Photoshop, and do different things. And then I really became so good at Photoshop, especially, right? And then I applied for an internship in town where I could work for free. All I wanted was the internet access, because I was in the hood. I could only find internet at the internet cafe, pay 5 rand per hour, and that's all I had, you know. And then from there I could like apply for things online. So I wanted to get an internship in the city just so that I can have internet access. When I go to the internship, I'll do my job very quickly. It's unpaid, but I have internet access. I'll download as much YouTube videos as possible, tutorials. Get back home at night, study, teach myself all that until I was at a level where I could get a job without no college education, nothing like that. And then I just started building up from there. So in a nutshell, I think that's the story. And then, you know, eventually I ended up starting my own company after I taught myself how to build websites.
This is when?
This is about 8 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here in Cape Town.
Here in Cape Town, yeah. And then from then, I ended up, starting my own company doing graphics, doing video editing, and building the. We used to cut audio also for some other small companies. I taught myself how to shoot and be good with camera. I actually had I would get freelance jobs as a cinematographer, shooting weddings and stuff like that. And eventually, because I'm always curious, trying to learn new, just like you said, you're looking at what's the next thing, right? I was always looking at what else can be done. And I've always been fascinated with money and wealth building. At the beginning, I was inspired by getting out of my environment. I knew that the hood wasn't really the right place for me to thrive, you know? So I wanted to get out. But then when I got out of there, I was then thinking about, okay, so what's next from here? What do I do to make sure that I can maintain my position and do better? So eventually I ended up coming across Bitcoin, and that really now accelerated my success up to this point, right? Because I was like, I think it was the missing plug to me as an African child. Because I wanted to invest. I heard about all these investing things, and for somebody who has never gone to college or had any advanced education in anything, you know, you think that those things are not for you. It's for for bankers, or it's something more complicated, right? So I saved a little bit of money, but I didn't know what to do with it. I was like, okay, so investing, how does it work? When you try this, you know, you need too much paperwork. There's too much red tape, and so when I found...
And there's also a lot of people who take advantage of people
who don't,
when it comes to investing.
Exactly, especially if you...
what people would call scammers, right?
Exactly. Not only those kind of scammers, even the institutions that are organized properly. The people who work there, they take advantage of people who don't know enough, right? They confuse you with paperwork, legal talk, and the big words. So when I tried my luck in all those areas, I couldn't get crack in. It was just like, oh, this is so difficult. I didn't even know. So I was like, I remember meeting one person who was a financial advisor, you know, and then he was telling me these big words about what I need to do. I couldn't understand any of it. So when I came across Bitcoin, it was just like, whoa, I can actually do these things on my own. Then I just went all in, and then now we're seeing a different story.
You gotta be kidding me. So you're trying to tell me you taught yourself?
Everything, yeah. I taught myself everything.
So what was the fascination with Bitcoin? I mean, why couldn't you have wanted to do anything else? I mean, you love music.
Yeah.
You could be rapping.
Yeah.
You could have wanted to own the business of the white man that you were working for at that plant place, whatever store it was.
Yes.
You could have done other things. Why Bitcoin? I mean, what really intrigued you about cryptocurrencies?
Okay, so number one was that I had to look at the odds. The odds were, I like music. I tried to do some music before, rap, you know. I really give my respect to hip hop specifically. I feel like hip hop raised me for somebody who never really had any high level education. I learned a lot from rap music, you know. So that's something that I've wanted to do and do on the side. But I was realistic with myself. The level of success that I've always wanted to achieve still wouldn't come out of rap music. I was realistic about that. And you can also just look at the numbers of how many people really there's so many people who are rappers or want to become rappers, but the people who are actually really successful in that, it's a small number of people. You know, you can count with your hands, right? Yeah. Jay-Z, Kanye, and a couple of other guys who are really, really successful. So I knew that wasn't the case. But also, I could see that I needed leverage. So the leverage was going to come from the internet. So I knew that the internet was the way, but Bitcoin is the thing that was going to make me global, because I was like, okay, you can be a rapper, but for you to become a global artist is very difficult. You can be a musician in Congo, in any other part of the world. There are so many of them. But for you to be highly successful, you need to be global. So Bitcoin gave me that global perspective of things that, oh, if I'm in the Bitcoin space, I can actually interact with people from all over the world with no friction. Because when it comes to investing also is that I knew that there are other areas where maybe if you're in South Africa right now, there are areas where you can take 5,000 Rand, you take it in another, let's say to Liberia. It will mean a lot there. You can actually invest in something so tangible and maybe give you a return. But you have no access to it because you know you can't go there and do that, right? Bitcoin was that thing was like, from a technology point of view, I was like, wow, I've never seen that something like that would work. If you understand how really Bitcoin works, it's straightforward that this is the future of money, and it solved a very complicated problem where in computer science it was thought of it would take so many years to ever be solved, which is data integrity in computers, right? You can't copy something. You can now transfer it. So much like if I have a song on my iPad here, I can send it over to you on your phone and you can copy it, send it to so many other people. You can't do that with Bitcoin. So that much I knew enough technically that, okay, this is a complicated problem to solve. So when I saw that, I was like, yes, this is the future. And I couldn't invest in Facebook and Uber and all these other things because they were so complicated for me to invest in. But Bitcoin was like investing in a Silicon Valley big startup, but without any friction that comes with it.
How much money did you have, or how much money did you start investing in Bitcoin? Because my initial idea was when I didn't know nothing about cryptocurrencies and about Bitcoin and etc. I always thought when they said one Bitcoin is worth this much, I thought I needed to have that amount of money to start investing in Bitcoin.
Yeah.
You know?
So, you know, I spent 600 Rand on my friend, and that was everything I had at the time.
That's like $40, no?
Exactly. You know, that one wasn't one Bitcoin, by the way. I couldn't afford the entire Bitcoin either at that time. You know, I knew how powerful it was, and I know right now when people buy Bitcoin, they're like, "Oh, it's so expensive. I can't afford one. You know, it's too late for me." It's exactly how I felt then when I was buying.
And how long ago was that?
That was about 7 years ago.
Wow. So that is 2014.
Yeah, somewhere
Wow,
around.
so
there.
you've been in this game for 7 years.
No, but you know what? When I bought in at that time, I actually lost those Bitcoins because I bought and then I forgot about it. I just left it. I didn't think much. I didn't know enough, right? It clicked eventually when it started becoming a thing again in 2015, 2016. Then when I got back into it and I realized the potential. Then I sold my car that I bought at the time, buy Bitcoin. I sold everything that I had, buy Bitcoin with it. That's what I did. And then that's when it started clicking. I was like, I wish I had done this in 2014 when I read it on Reddit. You know, so that's really how I ended up getting back into it.
I'm watching right now somewhere all over, anywhere in some part of South Africa. We've been going through the most in South Africa. A lot of young people, almost half of young people are unemployed. What is Bitcoin and how do I make money out of it?
You know, making money with Bitcoin is more like, you have to, I think what people
Maybe
miss.
that's not the right question.
That's not the right question.
Maybe let me put it this way.
Yeah, that's not the right question.
I want to make money. I want to get into digital currencies. I want to learn about cryptocurrencies. I'm hearing there's so many other opportunities out there, but jobs are being lost. People have lost their businesses,
Yes.
COVID-19. Now I'm watching this Hustler's Corner episode. Sbu is introducing me to this guy called Great Jabesi. Sbu is sounding excited as well about this Bitcoin thing. What is this Bitcoin thing and how does it work? And what is in it for me? How do I make money? If you, from Malawi, you started with just 600 rands, and I don't know, I can imagine how much money you've made up to this far. Obviously over $1 million, right?
You know, so I mean, I'm fine. I'm doing well.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, you've been doing it for quite some time. I'm just saying, I know it's not something you can share with just one interview. But what is it and how do I get myself involved in it if I'm somebody who's watching out there?
Yeah, so that's a very good question. You know, Bitcoin is our only, all I can say to everybody listening, Bitcoin is our only way out of this oppressive, unfair system that's really by design, you know, it's there to really put us down. You know, Bitcoin is the answer to that. Bitcoin is a currency just like the Rand, the dollar, any other currency, except that Bitcoin does not have a country that it belongs to. It's just a global. It's like the internet. Where does really the internet belong? It's everywhere, right? So it's designed differently from normal currency like the US dollar, which it's being printed by the banks every day, and because it's getting printed every day, it's not rare enough like say gold. Bitcoin has limits. There's only going to be 21 million coins to ever exist, right? So because of that, the demand of it increases, but then the supply of it doesn't increase. That's when you see that the price of it continues to go up. And currencies always evolve. We move from using seashells and stones and things like that into using gold and other metals, and then we moved into cash. Then cash moved into now credit cards. Now this is another transition of money into a stateless currency that's not controlled by currency. It's just human evolution, you know. What we do as humans, we make things better over time. We're always trying to reinvent things. So Bitcoin is solving the hardest problem that has been around, which is the money problem. Has been a very complicated one. That's why trade is hard to do even across Africa.
Yeah, can I please have latte, ne?
A latte.
Yes, please. Thanks.
Thank you.
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah.
So Bitcoin is solving that problem of money, of financial sovereignty, and people having control of their own money and having a say of how a currency that you own must be managed. You know, so it's like owning a rare commodity. You know, it's like owning gold. It can be printed, it's everywhere, and it's global. I was in Turkey just last week, right? I go with my Bitcoins there. I just go in the shop next door. I convert it into cash. Immediately, I'm spending it. You can't do that with many currencies. Bitcoin is more liquid than most currencies. I cannot take my Malawian currency and go to some other country and just exchange it. Most people don't want it, but Bitcoin is wanted everywhere, right? So it's just a superior currency, and because it's open, like I said before, when I was trying to invest before, my challenge was that there's too much red tape when it comes to investing. There's information overload, and there's also asymmetry in information. Like the people who manage the finances know more about what's going on than you do, and they don't disclose that information. Bitcoin is an open protocol. Everything about Bitcoin is open. You can see it on the computer live. It runs 24/7. It's just better money, right?
What is Bitcoin? What is a blockchain? What is cryptocurrency? What is Ethereum? What is Dogecoin?
Yes.
This sounds all like Afrikaans to me.
Okay, so blockchain is the technology that allows for cryptocurrency to work. It's a way of storing data in a distributed way, right? What that means simply is that right now your bank keeps all the information about their clients to themselves. Nobody knows what's going on. The bank can go into Sbu's account and change from, say, let's say you have 10,000 Rand in your account, they can change it and just say put 1 billion Rand in it. They can do it, it's just a typing in the computer, right? Or they can remove you they can just delete your account immediately. You go there, they're like, oh, your account is closed, right? That is centralization of data. You have one person that controls it. Or you have Facebook. All your information that you upload on Facebook is with them, they control it. They can do whatever they want with it. They can delete it, they can edit it, they can do whatsoever. Each company has its own. Whereas blockchain allows us to store information in a way that it's distributed. It's not in one place.
So blockchain is the technology.
It's a technology, yes. It's only about storing information in a distributed in many places. So that if you delete my information from one computer, it's still available in another computer, and that computer will know that no, this wasn't like this, which is a very good way of removing corruption, right? And then cryptocurrency is currencies that are backed by cryptography. Like they use mathematical equations and cryptography to secure themselves. Like Bitcoin is just another cryptocurrency. Ethereum is also just another cryptocurrency. Dogecoin is also another cryptocurrency. But not all cryptocurrencies are created equal. They're all different in so many ways. It just depends on what you're looking for, what use case. Some of them, like Bitcoin, are designed to be money. Ethereum is not really meant to be money. It's just a blockchain to allow people to build apps that are on the blockchain. If you want to create, you know, a blockchain-based application, you build it on Ethereum. If you want to use money, something that has qualities of money, how it should be, then Bitcoin is the good money.
And Bitcoin was the first one.
And Bitcoin was the first one, yes. It was the first time that blockchain was implemented in the way that works. Yeah. And Dogecoin is just another cryptocurrency, but it's a bad one. So as popular as it is, it's pretty much a meme coin.
Why is it bad?
It has not. It has no real utility. People made it for fun. Like coins are easy to make. You can just create your own right now on the internet, and you call it Bullcoin or more Firecoin, right? It doesn't have to mean anything. As long as people are willing to exchange it and send it around, it can become valuable up to that extent. But it's not really a thing that you want to take your real money and invest into it. Yeah.
That is so incredible.
Exactly.
Guys, finally, you know, I've been tweeting. I think some of you guys have been seeing my tweets over the past couple of weeks. I've been asking you guys, please find us somebody who is knowledgeable in blockchain, cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, to come and school us and teach us and give us this information. You guys didn't listen. You guys didn't give me anyone. I went and had to go find my own person. Okay, let me confess, I didn't go find him, he found me. I was here in Cape Town and I was jamming at, what's this, IEPF, ne?
Yeah.
And then we bumped into each other there, we exchanged numbers, and then we just started talking. Then I started finding out about what he's doing, then I started doing more research, then I started getting excited, and then I started following his videos, watching what he does, I started learning, and then I started subscribing as one of his students on Crypto University. Now tell us, what is Crypto University and how can we benefit from it?
Right. So when I started I was doing YouTube. In 2017, I started a YouTube channel, right? And mainly it was that there wasn't anybody in Africa who was talking about cryptocurrency, right? And I was like, whoa, I was so passionate about crypto at the time. I was like, people need to know about this. This is the opportunity, you know, this is our way out. But like nobody's talking about it. So I started a channel called Hardcore Crypto specifically for that. And then eventually people started watching it. So, and I was getting comments all the time. Like I made videos about pretty much everything, how to create your own wallet, how to do this, how to get started, how to check for the good projects. And I was like, I've created everything for free. You want to learn how to do crypto, just watch the videos. But you know, a year later, people were like, oh, but do you have a course that I can really just go in and just learn quickly? So I'm like, no, I have the videos, or you can just watch on my channel. So, you know, somebody made me realize that no, that's not effective, because, you know, you mean I have to go on your channel searching for one video at a time of where you're talking about something? Why don't you just package it in one course where I can go step by step what to do?
Like a masterclass.
Like a masterclass, right? So I created that first. And that happened, and that's what I did, and I created Crypto University, and I made a few courses there, and I know a lot of people would like to know the basics. So I created a basics course because I think it's important to understand the fundamentals. Then I created an investing course that teaches you how to invest in crypto, build a portfolio,
so you
manage
started by
it.
saying masterclass at first, and then you created the...
Yeah, so before the masterclass, I created the basics course, then I created an investing course that helps you to learn how to build a portfolio, secure your coins, because it's not really that straightforward for a lot of people, and then how to always manage your portfolio and grow it over time, because you want to make more money and grow it. And then I turned it into a masterclass by adding even trading. A lot of people were asking me, oh, you make trading videos, you want to learn how to trade. And I was like, look, trading crypto is very easy because there's so many ways of doing it. I used to make videos. So you
can trade crypto?
You can trade crypto.
Just like other people trade Forex?
Straight up, yeah.
So what's the difference between trading Forex and trading crypto?
Good question. I have a straightforward answer to that. So if you see a Forex trader, right? They tell you, oh, I'm trading Japanese yen, I'm trading US dollar, Australian dollar. You should tell them that, okay, they will tell you, I have all those positions, I have all the United States dollar and all this. Tell them, go withdraw it. They can't, right?
Oh, they can't withdraw.
You can't withdraw the Japanese yen or the United States dollar. You're just trading index numbers on the screen.
Yeah. But it's the same with crypto. Oh, but with crypto, I can use.
You can withdraw it.
For instance, I'm using 3 actually. No, 2.
Yeah.
I'm using Luno.
Yeah.
And I'm also using Binance. Binance.
Yeah.
Binance.
So for people who are in the forex market, they understand those kind of exchanges. They say brokers. So let's say when you're brokers, these are your
That's a
brokers.
broker, ne?
In crypto, we don't really have brokers. We have exchanges. That's the big difference.
By the way, now guys, one Bitcoin is 473,000. I just had to check quickly. Sorry, continue, bro.
So the big difference there is that with crypto, you can withdraw it in your wallet. You can remove it from the broker's wallet and keep it in. So if you say you're trading Bitcoin, Dogecoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, you can decide that, you know what, enough with the trading. I just want to keep it in my wallet, in my bag, and wrap it under my pillow and put it there. You can. So all the coins that you're trading, you can have them under your own custody. You're becoming your own custodian, right? With Forex, you can't do that. You're relying on a broker to do things, and we hear people getting screwed by the brokers and all that stuff. In crypto, you're in control. So crypto is a commodity. It's not really just an index. You know what I mean? Yeah, so that is another major difference.
That is incredible. So you can
Yeah.
trade crypto.
Exactly.
So why would one want to trade crypto when people encourage us to just invest on crypto? They're saying we must
Yeah.
buy our Bitcoins and we must expect long-term results.
Yes.
Why would you want to go trade it when you can get long-term results?
So, I was making trading videos on YouTube of like, I was showing people how to make passive 15,000 Rand a year on their money on YouTube, right? They used to watch that. And then they would come and say, oh, that is incredible. I like what you're doing, but how do I trade? So I made the course and put it together. And, there's different types of trading for everyone. But majority of people who make money in crypto, they're not making it because they're trading. Trading is a skill. It's like flying a plane.
Yeah.
It's like any other profession. It's like being on radio, like what you do. It's a skill that needs learning. It's like riding a bike. You need to learn to do it. The problem with the internet now and scammers is they give people this idea that you can just learn how to trade like this and everybody can make money. If that was true, then the trading market wouldn't exist. So that's why even crypto is superior to Forex, because with crypto you can just buy your Bitcoin, and then in the future, because these assets are very new, in the future they're going to be worth more, just like buying Amazon stock in the 90s or in early 2000, right? And for me, for example, the car that I sold a few years ago, it was a simple, cheap car, but now that money can afford me many good cars, fancy cars, if I want to. I didn't have to trade it. I just bought the Bitcoin, and over time, the value of it has increased. So a lot of people work, they have careers, they have things to do. You don't have to become a trader. Not everybody can become a trader. But you're going to be buying Bitcoin as an investment. Save your money in Bitcoin, and then in the 3, 4, 5 years, you'll be seeing a different story, because this asset really goes up incredibly. I was showing a metric the other day on my Instagram. It showed that in the last 5 years, Bitcoin has gone up by what? Was it 7,000% or something like that? What other asset class can give you those kind of returns without doing anything at all? There's none. So there's literally no real reason for everybody to become a trader, unless you want to make a living. Like I used to be interested, I wanted to quit my job. So I had to trade, to start learning how to trade until I could do it. But you don't have to. It's not Forex, this is crypto. You don't have to trade to make money. Yeah.
Have you had any success stories from any one of your crypto university students?
So many. One of the things, I get a message every day about somebody who made their first million. I've helped many people make money, but I don't really like to take the credit for it like that. It's like these people, just like what I did in my life, I learned things, right? I learned things. I learned from you, from your hustle, watching you from my young age, following what you do. I learned from you, and then I took the risk, and I had to do the things to become a little bit successful, right? So all the people that are successful, I give them all the credit for taking the risk and the time to learn things. But yeah, there's so many people. People have quit their jobs. Look, I have a channel now is over 100,000 subscribers. So many people across the African continent have been helped with my content, and they're doing quite well. So success stories, there are thousands of them, because we're not running an investment film. I don't take people's money or anything like this. I just show people what to do, what I do, and then it works out for them.
And that's one of the things that I like about you. I think that's why I gravitated towards you, because I watched so many of your videos. I think I've watched every video of you. I've watched so many videos of you, and I think that's what I love about video is that no matter how much you can pretend, on video pretense eventually does come across when you are a liar or you are a scammer somehow.
Right.
And I would say that for a person like me who's been in the field or in the hustle for so many years, I've dealt with so many scammers and so many con men over the years, so much so that it's easy for me to tell somebody whom my energies or my vibe does not go well with them, you know?
Right.
So after watching so much of your content, I think you make it seem easy. You make me feel like I can do it too. You explain it in simple English. You don't speak big language.
Right.
You don't come across as flashy or trying to show me Lamborghinis.
Right.
Trying to show me like you're trying to take my money. And I think for me, I gravitated towards the content more than the person.
Yeah.
And it's crazy that I did that after you approached me.
Right.
Because I didn't know you from a bar of soap.
Right.
But after I started doing, and you didn't even tell me about your what you do.
Right.
But I just had to do my own research behind the scene.
Yeah.
And I was so impressed.
Thanks.
So
I appreciate that.
I'm glad that I brought him here for you guys. I know that we're going through the most, especially young people right now.
Yes.
I know that some of us had to work really hard.
Yeah.
But right now, it's the age of the internet. You guys are young. It's your time. You shouldn't have to work as hard as we did. You don't have to go sell abo mofire in the street corners. You don't have to go struggle like our parents did and go work for 30 years.
Yes.
You don't have to go to school for like 10 years and go get an education for a university degree. It's not wrong. We always encourage education. But right now, we need solutions that are going to help you guys right now, not next week, not tomorrow.
Yes.
And so what I can tell you is this is the first step of many other things. And I'll be even more active and I'll be posting more on the Hustlers Corner, more content of people, strategies, ways, different concepts, anything I can do or whatever way or whoever I can come up with to bring here to share with you guys as much as they can, information on how you can change your life, how you can make money. Now moving forward, we've heard his story, but I think what is more important than anything is how does he help you make money? How do you help them make money? What do we do from now as they're watching? What's the first step?
Yeah, look, the thing is, for a lot of young people especially, the potential is there. You know, we live in a digital space. The best thing about the digital space, Boo, is that it's very democratic. A lot of our parents didn't do well because they're limited to opportunities within countries, for example, and they didn't have investment opportunities, and you know, there was like a shortage of information. Now we have cracked the globe open with the digital space. There's still friction for you to be able to maneuver at a global scale, which is exactly what we should do. We should be global citizens, do business globally. You must be able to attract money from all corners of the world. And crypto allows us to do that without any red tape, because I can set up a website, a business right now, collect payments in crypto, get paid from some people in America, in the UK, without asking for permission from anyone. That's what Bitcoin is about. It's a permissionless protocol. It's not a bank account where you have to apply and then the bank would freeze your account and ask you questions. No, it's really open protocol. So what we can do, I want a lot of people to get into the digital space and to get into crypto, because it's the way to go, you know. It's our only way out, and that's what I always say. And we can, I mean, I'm open anytime to contribute in any kind of way that you think I can do to help a lot more people get into crypto, and especially to make people understand that it's not a scam. You know, we're not asking, I'm not asking you for any money of some sort or anything. I just want people to learn about it, and then after you understand it, make your own judgment. So if you would want to, say, do an episode on the Hustlers Corner every now and then on crypto, I'll be willing, or any other ideas you have, I'm open to it.
I like that. So
yeah,
I'm excited because he's availing himself. These guys are always busy. Everybody or anybody's time is money. So I'm very happy. Before we close off the interview, where is Gray going? I mean, you're still young. How old are you?
I'm turning 27 next week.
27 next week.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, bro.
Thank you.
I think when this episode comes up, you'll be 27.
Yeah, exactly.
Happy 27th birthday. I'm your big homie.
Straight
and I'm
up.
very proud of what you're doing.
I appreciate
I'm
it.
proud of the fact that you're also not selfish with information.
Right.
You're sharing information with the guys. When you are my age, when you're 40 years old, that's 13 years from today.
Yeah.
What do you think you're going to be?
It's hard to it's hard to tell about what the future will look like. If you ask me, 8 years ago, my net worth was maybe $200. I was working at some a white man's garden somewhere. Did I know I was going to be here? Maybe not exactly, but I knew that I was going to be somewhere better than where I was, right? So right now I have the privilege and I have the know-how of how to build things better. I can afford to live globally and, start entrepreneurial impactful projects. So I think, my net worth will be up by a lot by then, and also I'll own a lot of equity in a lot of things that I'm interested in, and build businesses that will really bring value to the African continent, especially in the digital space, because I think that's really where we stand a big chance. The previous economy, we missed out. All the rich guys that I've been studying, they made money in Silicon Valley by investing in all these big tech companies. We never had those opportunities, but now we have Bitcoin. So in the next 10, 13 years, you're talking about, people are going to be talking about people who invested in Bitcoin 10 or 20 years ago. I'm glad that I'll be one of those people, and things will be a lot more different.
I think we need to do more work.
Yeah,
And especially the fact that the country has been going through what it's been going through.
Yeah.
It's now evident. I think it has woken everybody up to say, hey, people are hungry out there.
Yes.
People are really, really hungry. And we can't just sit back and put blame.
Exactly.
We all have to do something to help people out. So I would like to commit the Hustler's Corner, guys, and say, I will bring Gray as often as possible. Maybe we can even come up with some sort of an idea to come up with an educational podcast.
A podcast?
Yes.
The podcast would be great.
Great minds think alike. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like maybe a podcast, or maybe like some videos teaching people. But guys, follow
a podcast would be great. A podcast would be great.
You think so?
Yeah. Podcast is the way to go right now. We can make like some bite-size, some kind of educational information, where people can really hone in and give them all the info they need to know about Bitcoin and crypto and the digital space. And you also, with your experience, I mean, there are things that I would personally would like to learn from you. I can ask you questions and you can hone in. I'm sure there's so many other people that would also
I'd be very happy if you were to. I mean, I'm based in Cape Town now in Joburg. Obviously, as soon as the world opens, I'll be traveling all over the world just like you do. But currently, I'm based between Cape Town and Joburg. If you can afford us at least 1 hour of your time a week just to record content for podcasts, but educational content.
Yes.
In a form of a podcast, stuff that we then push out to the people to learn.
Yeah.
Can you commit yourself to teach my people, even those who don't have money? Because
100%.
I wanna help people who don't have money.
You see, for me, I'm really driven. I'm really driven by just getting as many people out of this core system into the Bitcoin system, because that is our bridge. If you're African, especially, this is the only way we have. We have never been exposed to assets that really grow that much or that give us that level of freedom. We have always been pressed under the radar. I have nobody in my family history who has invested in a big tech company, which were the big money makers in the last few years. There's always a cycle. But the difference with this cycle is that it's decentralized. It can happen to anyone. You can all you need is internet connection, your phone. So I make money trading and investing and have businesses. So I'm not really out there trying to get people money from people by simply learning information. I wish there was somebody who could show me these things early. So I'm more than happy to show people what the information, interact. I also learn a lot by teaching. I won't lie, I'm sure you probably...
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, exactly, right? So I'm more than happy to dedicate my time and we can create something and then people can learn from it,
I'm glad that he committed himself from his own voice, and he's committed that he'll share as much of his time as possible to come and give information to you guys. So I'm quite excited. Guys, his name is Gray Jabesi. Follow him on his social media platform. Sorry. Guys, this mic fell. I don't know if you did hear that part. I wanted to say his name is Gray Jabesi. Follow him on all his social media platforms. His YouTube channel is Hardcore Crypto. His educational platform where he gives out information that you can go learn from is cryptouniversity.co.za.
Right.
And he's just committed himself to be doing a podcast. So we'll be
Right.
giving you guys information to learn about crypto. Mahala. And that's great news. That's the best news I've heard in a long time. And before I let you go, my brother, I'm going to send you this video in 13 years when you turn 40. What would you like to say to yourself on that screen? I'll send you this video. Speak to your 40-year-old
Right.
you. What would you like to say to yourself?
Take care of yourself, stay healthy, eat healthy, and put God first, you know. God first, and never stop learning. There's always more to learn about, and, you know, take care of yourself. I think that's most important. Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Jabesi, coming from Hardcore Crypto on YouTube and Crypto University, and I've just been hustled by DJ's Boo on the Hustler's Corner.
Proud of you, bro.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
I wish you all the best. I'm so proud of you. Continue doing what you're doing. Continue making that money. Continue showing other people how to make that money.
Right.
Continue liberating our brothers and sisters mentally,
Right.
especially as far as finances are concerned. And I'm looking forward to connecting with you and creating content to teach some people out there.
I'm glad. Thank you for having me. It's still surreal to me that I'm here on the Hustler's Corner. You know, I've been watching it, and so yeah, it's a little bit weird that I'm here, but I appreciate it. And to all the people out there that really want to jump on the train of making money in the digital economy and figuring it out ourselves, I welcome you all, and I'll make sure that I bring out as much value as possible so that we can all get on this Bitcoin thing together, because it's our only way out, you know. There's never been anything like it. So let's go.
You guys know I will never lead you astray. I always share information that is working for me. And I always vet it before I bring it on screen. I've spent so many meetings with him. I've gone through back and forth. We've had all sorts of different things before I bring him to you guys. That's how much I care about you. I want to bring you guys correct people, because I know I want to save you time of being scammed by that person, not knowing where to find the right information. I mean, remember when Forex trading first started out? A lot of people gave a lot of wrong people their money because people took advantage of a beautiful system that was working and liberating people financially, and they started using it to scam people. And then the results were everybody else was now afraid of Forex trading.
Right.
We don't want the same thing to happen to crypto, where people end up thinking it's a bad thing because of all of the scammers that are out there. So I'll do the work, I'll do the research, I'll do the hard work of finding the right people, and I'll bring them here for you. This has been the Hustler's Corner, and thank you very much, guys, for watching. Like, share, subscribe, and tell others about the video. Thank you,
Cool.
bro.
Cheers, man. Peace.
This is the Hustler's Corner.
What's with the bottle?
Shoot the other day about Ingolosiao. Boom, Pugapigale one, but that's something I've never seen before. Okay, right, starts walking. It's following the signs. Yo. Maga figure out since man, they've been waiting for him. It was never about the wings, Mfanwa. It's the fire in you. Akutshela mfana, ikholi yasekhasi.